Good evening and welcome to Know Your Purpose. I'm Dr. Stacey Venable, and this is my guest, Miss Nhea Dunkin.
Hello.
We are here tonight. One thing we want to get out of the way is the housekeeping rules for tonight. The disclosure is please, these are our own views, our own comments, our own thoughts, our own purposes. So don't take anything personal. We're just women talking about our purpose and putting our purpose out there for everyone else to view. So that is housekeeping 101.
All right.
And we're going to move on with that. So tonight, please make your comments. Please put your questions up. Please like, love, subscribe, share. We want to do all those things. But tonight, we're going to be answering questions live.
Okay.
So any questions that you have for myself, Dr. Stacey Venable, or Nhea Dunkin, please, by all means. So as I already introduced Miss Nhea Dunkin, tell us some great things about yourself.
Great things about myself.
Yeah.
What I'm here for to talk about tonight, basically, is my new platform, Unbothered Vibrations. We'll get into that.
Yes.
I've been known more recently for running what was called I Choose Me, all about self-help and, mental peace and all that good stuff. I am a mommy. I am in book publishing also. I'm in property management. I have a lot going on. A lot of great things.
A lot of great things going on.
Busy.
Yes, you do. Super busy. Those are the great things that keep us grounded too.
Yeah.
I first started with you with the I Choose Me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually one of your women that you put up on, and we got the great pictures and all the great stigma from that. And then I actually called Nhea to talk about that, and she said, "Well, I got something new going on." I was like, "Well, let's talk about it." And as she said, that's Unbothered Vibrations. So tell us a little bit of how that started, because you were, like I said, we were in the I Choose Me phase,
right?
And then we went into this. So I know with the I Choose Me. It empowered women.
Yes.
It gave us a purpose for what we were doing.
Yes.
And also gave us that sisterhood that we were looking for too.
Absolutely. So listen, I Choose Me, yes, it did all of that. Unbothered Vibrations actually came into play more so when the pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not. I was still, even though I was still working full time in the office.
Wow.
And then, you're around only certain people the majority of the time. And I started getting really unbothered with some things. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you know what? This is messing up my vibration.
Okay.
I need to have some peace, some mental peace here. And then there were some other scenarios that were happening. With the pandemic, you can't go out and about.
That's right.
You shut down. You're restricted from your family, from the people you're closest to. So in here, I really got into my own head. And it was a struggle. I developed anxiety, which I still am dealing with now.
Yes.
But I said, you know what? I want to pray through this, and I want my vibration to be unbothered.
Okay.
I had a very dear best friend of mine. I kicked it off with her, and she said, that's it.
That's your purpose.
Go run it.
Oh.
You do just that. And so then on the other side, I said, Nhea, it's not just women that are struggling.
No.
Men are going through it as well.
Let's talk about that.
So we've got the unbothered vibration, then we have unbothered hustles.
Unbothered hustles. And is unbothered hustles more for the men?
It's more so for the men, but now both can cross.
Yes.
Both can cross, you know what I mean? But I'm not leaving the men out. I Choose Me was about women empowerment. I want to focus on everybody. No one is to be left back because mental peace does not discriminate.
No, it does not. It does not. And it attacks us
everybody.
daily. It attacks us daily.
Everybody. So that's where it started and why.
And why? So in this, let's talk about that stress factor and how you have balanced it, being a mom of one son and you've been running property management forever.
18 years.
18 years.
18
Wow,
years.
that's amazing to be in that. And that those stress factors alone can deploy the body.
Absolutely. So you go to work full time. When you come home, you're ready to just kind of breathe it out. You know what I mean? Let go of the day. But when you have a higher purpose,
there you go.
You can't just let it go. You've got to still keep pushing in your evening. But I'm gonna tell you something. With the unbothered vibration, you also have to take the time to purposely just sit and just be. Take some time for you.
Absolutely.
Take the you time. It's all right.
That's something that I don't do. I'm guilty. I'm throwing it out there.
I'm going to throw it
I'm
out
throwing
there.
it out there to all my viewers. Dr. Stacey Venable works every day, 7 days a week, unbothered by it.
Listen, you better take a day.
I've been getting told that. Like,
now look, the phone can still be on. That's
right.
fine. But listen, you don't have to constantly doing this.
I am constantly. I'm guilty. I am constantly doing it.
You better take a day to Netflix or something.
And listen, even during the time of Netflix, I'm still trying to, do 100 things. And that was another reason why I wanted to bring you on, because I wanted to let my viewers know that I am that person. I am that person. So what you have fits me.
You have a lot going on. And
I do.
That is it's admirable. But at the same time, you got to remember your health balance. You have to remember your mental balance.
Yes.
Because even though you're doing so well, somewhere in your body, something's going to slow you down.
Oh, it did. It did.
That's where you have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, I was just sharing with you as we were chatting it up in the other office, in October the 6th, I had a massive heart attack. Didn't even know I had it. 2 weeks later, I was in for major surgery, and then 6 stents later, and I'm right back.
Thank goodness.
I'm right back to what you're telling me not to do.
The same thing.
I thought I was getting better.
Pay attention, doctor.
Listen, pay all the way attention. And then, even in that realm of having all these things happen, I literally lost focus of what happiness looked like, because I was literally on the drive to just that successful piece. I didn't want to let it go. For some reason, I just thought if I took a moment downtime, I would miss something.
No. And I'll tell you why. You're not going to miss that moment downtime, because one thing that is absolutely 10,000% true, you're working for it. You're going to get it. What's meant for you is going to be meant for you. You're going to have it. It's not like just because you take a moment and you relax a little bit, it's all going to come crashing down. No, you've got to refuel. You're giving out so much of yourself.
Yes.
And it's for all, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone. You're giving out so much of yourself. Who's refueling you, though? When do you take that time?
We're constantly giving away our oil, and at the end of the day, you're depleted in that. And I don't ever, catch this. I don't ever get to the end of the day, because the next day is right there.
That's a problem.
It is. I am letting my viewers know that this is why I have Nhea Dunkin on the show tonight, because even though knowing my purpose and knowing I was created with the purpose, knowing that everything is at an ultimate high right now for me, but there are some things that you speak about in Unbothered Vibrations that affect me daily.
Listen, here's something else to know. You're allowed to say no.
Oh, no, with no explanation.
To say no.
Wow.
You don't have to say yes to everything. Someone asks you, can I borrow? Can I have? Can you listen for? Listen, yeah, we all want to listen, be that listening ear. But you can say no. It's okay for you to be like, I gotta sit over here. That's not gonna drive with me right now.
Yeah. So everybody that calls me and says, "Hey, doc, you want to do this? You want to do that?" It's okay for this to say, you know what? No, maybe next time. Or
absolutely.
I have to get that. I have to get that. And I don't know. And then with the pandemic coming, it slowed us down tremendously, but it also encaged us.
Absolutely.
To where, now everybody is awake, everything's going on. And now we just want to get out there, and we're right back to the rat race of just trying to do so much.
Yes. I want to piggyback off something real quick.
Sure.
Pandemic, being restricted. So with the unbothered vibration thing, I got to the point, like I said, anxiety started hitting me really bad. And it started hitting real bad when it's time to go back outside, actually.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I ended up being one of the ones in the window. I'm not going out there, looking back and forth, waving to some people. You know what I mean? I go to work, go to the store, come back home. I'm good. No, it's time to go back outside.
It's time to go back outside.
To go back outside.
And for all my viewers, it's time to go back outside.
It's time.
It's time. You can go back outside. And you can be safe. We're not telling everybody just go back outside without that, but be safe. Wear your mask if you think you need. But it is time for us to go back outside. Time for us to relive and revamp and revitalize what our purpose was before all these things started happening.
It took someone telling me that I really admire their opinion. Nia, the world is waiting for you.
It is.
You got to get back in the game. Because with I Choose Me, yeah, I was doing my thing and whatnot.
Oh my goodness! It was. And I'm not saying that this isn't gonna be great, but I Choose Me. I loved everything about it. And like I said, when I started talking to you about unbothered vibrations, I was thinking to myself, that is me. She's talking to me. So how many other viewers are you talking to?
Everybody.
There you go. Everybody.
There's not a single person in this world that's not bothered by something.
Exactly.
There's not a single person in this world. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your financial status is. That is not bothered somewhere up here by something.
That mental health piece is so forgotten about.
It is real, and for some reason, not saying that in the Black community, for some reason it seems to be a taboo subject, and I don't understand why.
I on my other show, we talked about this taboo thing with the mental health piece. And again, someone reminded me, because I made the comment about it being a generational curse. And she's like, no, it's not. It's a generational foundation that we were built upon. Because I remember again, and I don't want to be repetitive about this, but I came from the era that I was allowed to be seen but not heard. I was allowed to enter in the room for a second or two. But if something was mentally wrong, we weren't allowed to talk about that. At least I wasn't. I can't talk about what everybody else was. My mom was too busy for that. She had 7 kids. She was like, listen, I was the last. She said, sis, go and do what you're going to do. Okay.
It's in my household. It wasn't something, not that we weren't supposed to talk about it. We just didn't. You know what I mean? And as my sister and I got to be adults and different experiences happen and whatnot, so now we can freely, we feel okay to talk about it. Like, okay, this is our story.
Right.
And I can't say her story, but my story is I did fall into a depression. I absolutely did. I fell into the being, not liking myself, saying very mean things.
Wow,
to my own self on a regular basis. And so therefore that just made things worse and worse and worse. And I got to the point to where I was not sleeping at all. So I'm walking around like a zombie constantly. I'm not functioning. I wasn't present properly for my son and whatnot, and had conversation with him. Let's come fast forward now. I'm in a much better place.
Thank God. Thank God for your better place. Yes.
Prayer, meditation.
Yes.
Going to sleep. At a certain time in the evening, I'm like, it's time for me to go to bed.
Nia just got on me about that. She was like, listen, you have to go to bed. Listen, a friend of mine just said to me, he said, you need to relax. You need to go to sleep. And I'm like, it's 3:00.
Go to sleep.
That's what he said. He said, go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's 3:00. Go to sleep. Then he calls me back later on the day and he's like, did you go to sleep? I'm like, well, about that.
Oh my.
So yeah, so I'm telling you all the signs, and then just in talking to you gave me affirmation, like go to sleep. But then it's times where my mental status in my brain, I just can't de-escalate. Let's talk about that a little bit, like some things that you can throw out there for us to de-escalate. I know music is one of my favorite things. Like going to bed with music is one of my favorite things. Reading, I love to read. I love to read.
Is a big thing for me. I definitely have some recently purchased books that will calm me down, and I can sure enough fall asleep. Music is my go-to.
Music is my everything. I love to just go to sleep with music and wake up with music. Sing a little bit. And just get myself ready for the day. And
listen, my son, there's something he does to go to sleep, and I've done it all the time. Put on one of your favorite shows on TV.
Okay.
You may have seen it 10,000 times. Just let it put you to sleep.
Yes.
It's all right.
Golden Girls used to do that for me.
Okay, then. See?
Golden Girls used to do that. But then you know what? I'm not. Again, I just want to keep it all the way real with my viewers, all the way real with you. Okay. I will start off with the Golden Girls on, and then that iPad will ease its way, and that cell phone will ease its way. I even literally downloaded a bedtime app to where none of my text messages come through. No, listen, I'm serious. None of my text messages come through. And then the alarms don't come through. And then I still find myself, like by the time I wake up in the morning, when I do sleep, I miss like 120 things. I'm like, okay, well, there's nothing I can do about it now.
Exactly.
So yeah, I definitely.
You know what? You survived though, right?
I did. I survived. Everybody that needed me survived. Anybody, and I'm thinking to myself, it is 1:00 in the morning. Why are you sending me an email? And then I said to myself, well, it's 1:00 in the morning. Why are you responding to the email? So it's just all over the place.
And mind you, in business at a certain point, you know what I mean? There's going to be those nights that you have all nights. There's going to be
many.
I
have a lot of those.
There's going to be many, but that's why I said you have to purposely, though.
Yes.
Take some time to say, I've got to rest.
I love the fact that you are here. I love the fact that you're challenging just not women, but you're challenging men, but you're also challenging the sisters that you already had, that you already inspired, because we need to know about this mental thing. We need to know it's okay to lay on the couch and speak to someone, or we need to know it's okay to pick up the phone and tell someone else. Journaling is one of my favorite tools. Journaling has always been a favorite tool of mine. It allows me to go back and see where I came from. Mm-hmm. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I was in my office and one of my books fell down. Okay. And it had the year 2019 on it. Okay. And I was like, "Ooh, do I want to go back? Do I want to read that?" You know, I'm like, "Oh boy, do I really want to do that?" But I was able to go back because the things that triggered me, I would write them in red. But you know what I did? I found myself skipping through the pages to look at what was in red.
Okay. And what did that do for you?
And you know what? Some of it just gave me the push to say you were there, mm-hmm. and you made it over here,
right?
And some of it just kind of reminded me that you were stuck in a place that you had no business being. Mm-hmm. You were stuck in a place you had no business even being, and then those red target lines turned into just regular. Hey, I'm just journaling. They were no longer triggers.
You know what? We say we had no business being there, but it was for a reason that you were there.
Yes.
So stepping stones.
That's great. That's great.
You know what I mean?
That's great. Throw the nuggets out there. Stepping stones.
I did not do long time ago I did journaling. Right. But I mentioned that how I spoke so meanly to myself.
To yourself, yeah.
So what I ended up doing was creating an affirmation book. And I started writing these affirmations to myself and started reading it all the time. And now the rule is, Nhea, you read the affirmation book, you add a new one. Add a new affirmation. So now I speak proudly, mm-hmm. and positively, mm-hmm. over myself on a regular basis.
You know, I always loved me. I always loved me. But you know what? When I got into business, that's when all heck broke loose. When I got into business.
Really?
It did. Because the world that I'm in, mm-hmm. it's for men. It's for men. That's and getting in the room was sometimes uncomfortable, but I was okay for uncomfortable. But when I got home, mm-hmm. all that uncomfortability landed right in my chest. So I never talked. What I did talk to myself about was why am I not allowed in that room? How can I get into that room? You know, I want to be this and I want to be that. So I downed myself more on the business aspect of everything.
Got it. No, what you're talking about and saying, having those conversations with yourself is something a little different, because you're questioning, like you said, why can't you be there? You know what I mean?
And but that made me fall into, let me tell you something, a couple of years ago, that made me fall into a little bit of depression too, because I thought, you know, I have everything it takes to be in that room. Mm-hmm. So why am I not in that room? And everybody suffers with some form of depression. And I remember I wasn't in an outward form of depression, but it was there.
Yeah, there. So how you're talking, listen to this. I would have been the person to say to myself, you don't belong there.
Wow.
You're not good enough to be there. You go do this over here. You go do something else. Like a few years ago, I'm very honest with you. If you had approached me to do this podcast, I would have said, sure. But about 2 weeks before, I'd have been runaway bride.
Oh, no.
The excuses would have started rolling.
No.
Oh, yeah, I was that person.
Wow.
I was that person. Not anymore, though.
You know, I thank God that you're not that person anymore. And you know what? I literally challenged myself to make sure I crossed all my T's and dotted all my I's. I said, you know what? if he can do it, I can do it. And now, things are growing, and things are going good. But I still find myself falling in little traps of depression when I don't meet that ideal business goal, or I don't meet the persona of what. Because I'm trying to tell you, holding this position, right?
It's not easy.
It's not. And people don't listen. When that pandemic came, I'm just gonna keep it so real right now.
Okay.
I was happy because it allowed me to hide behind a mask for almost 2 years, so I could just blame it all on a pandemic. Oh, they can't see if I'm laughing, they can't see if I'm smiling. It gave me my reason to say, you know what, I don't have to smile today. I didn't wear lip gloss for almost 2 years. I was like, I'm good. That is from the eyes up, from the eyes up, and then it get, people sat in their homes and they thought about, some people thought about creative ways of how to come out and be entrepreneurs. And then some people just said, as they were entrepreneurs, they just gave up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of people say, oh man, this pandemic was bad. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was one of the worst things that happened to our nation,
and it's not over.
And it's absolutely not over. We're just now learning how to cope with it and deal with it, and keep strengths of measures of good, healthy lifestyles and all that good stuff. But also, we still have to talk about what it did to the people in general.
Yeah,
what it did.
It debilitated.
That's the word.
It paralyzed.
It paralyzed so much.
It paralyzed.
And now, as the world is opening back up, you start to see. I was down in a little town the other day, and I was walking, and I started to see people just walking about, no masks, just walking again. And it gave me a little inspiration to say, you know what? I'm glad to see that we as a people are coming through this.
Yes.
But again, that mental piece has just been crazy.
Absolutely.
How do we heal from that?
Y'all pray it through.
Yeah.
Take some time, literally. And people don't want to take this part seriously. Mm-hmm. Meditation is a big thing.
And I use, okay, let's talk about that meditation.
Meditation is real.
I used to do it every morning.
Okay. Why used to?
Because I'll tell you why. Great. So within my meditation, I pray a lot in the morning. And sometimes my eyes aren't even open when I do it, and I'm thinking to myself, that's enough, but it's not. I said, you know what? I prayed this morning. I'm here. I'm thanking God for, just waking me up this morning. I'm thanking God for covering my family and my friends. I'm thanking God for covering my businesses, covering me as I continue this journey to do his will and not my own. Ask him to hide me and bring forth what he needs. But I'm not meditating. I'm not. I thought maybe, okay, I'm just going to pray. That's enough.
You don't have to meditate. I'm saying that is definitely a form of helping, but I mean, there's so many factors involved. Pay attention to who you surround yourself with.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Pay attention to that.
Let's talk about that.
That's part of the healing also. Listen, the hardest thing that you are going to overcome is letting go.
Okay, there's a nugget. Come on. There, let's stay right there for a minute. Okay, for those who did not hear that was a nugget. Say that again.
The hardest thing that you are going to have to do in order to grow mentally, professionally, no matter what, is learn to let go of certain ones. And guess what? It may be most of them right there.
Okay.
And then you have to learn how to walk a path on your own. It's okay. You will get through it. But as long as you stay right there, you will not grow.
So that was the nugget. You have to learn to let go.
Let go. Because believe it or not, some of those people, that's part of your mental issue. That's part of what's holding you back.
Right. Okay.
I mean, like I said, professionally, physically, just in making strides, you've got to be able and be prepared to walk away.
It's not everybody
thing you're going to be able to do. You're going to have to do
that. That exit strategy, that walk away. It's hard. I remember, like I was telling you, we known each other from high school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's been almost 30 years ago. Oh, don't tell nobody. We're not telling nobody that. And in that, being the mom that I am and learning to walk away. And the thing that I know is that it's going to be okay.
Absolutely.
It was okay.
Yes.
I'm a part of the okay. But now, even in that is still, that exit strategy is so hard. I'm dealing with something right now, right?
Right.
100% transparency, right? I'm dealing with something right now.
Right.
And I'm trying to figure out what good exit strategy can I use? And guess what? Sometimes it's not going to be a good exit strategy. I'm just going to do it.
It's going to be, this is not my scene.
You're bringing so much affirmation to me tonight.
You listen, you're not a bad person.
No.
I wish you well. I wish you everything that you want, but you're not serving what I need. You're not serving the purpose for me.
Absolutely.
And so therefore,
another nugget. Make sure your surroundings serve your purpose.
Absolutely.
Another nugget right there.
Absolutely. So if you have to tell them, listen, I'm going to go this way.
Mm-hmm.
You go that way.
Mm-hmm.
You can love someone forever, but you have to love them from a distance.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Strong distance.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And it's going to be all right. That's the biggest thing. The biggest thing for me was letting go.
Letting go.
Letting go.
I have that issue. I really do. I have that issue because you know what? In again, building this character, you don't want anybody to say, well, you know what? She just did this and she did that. Sometimes it's going to be that she just did and she just did that. You know what I mean? But that exit strategy is something that we all should be well with.
I had someone tell me, Nia, you're just not the same anymore. You're just not, you don't do any shenanigans anymore. Grow up. No. I do.
There's another nugget. Grow up in your purpose. Grow up in it.
What are you doing?
Wow.
I do not sit in that anymore. The person that I was when I was 30.
Okay. She ain't there no more.
She ain't there.
I can promise you who I was when I was 30. And she is not there. I liked her body. I liked her format. I liked everything about it. But gravity. Let me tell you something about the girl, gravity. Gravity kind of took effect, but we still we're still doing good. But growing up, Kia Smith just said, growing up is important.
It's essential.
It is essential that you grow up. So not this is important. It is essential. So absolutely. Remember, only the essential employees had to come in. For the pandemic. So Kia, it's essential that you do that. And you know what? Just women, just having so much on their plate, because now my brother said something to me a couple of weeks ago, and actually it wasn't my brother, it was my son. Okay. He said to me, something about taking the trash out or whatever. And he was like, women, y'all fought for y'all rights now. Y'all want to be equal. Why can't y'all take the trash out? Wait a minute. But what I'm going to say about that is he's making a lot of sense, because now women are allowed to do so much more. So that right there is a stress piece too. That can be a stress piece too. Now you're allowed in the room.
Yep.
Now you're allowed in the room. I ain't going to tell everybody that you're comfortable in the room.
You're not going to be comfortable in the room. You know what I mean? And initially, you're not going to be comfortable in the room. At some point, you're going to find your way, and you're going to be all right. But listen, now, y'all, if we ask for it, be prepared to
be careful what you ask for, because now that I'm in the room, that's why I love the fact that you're here tonight, because there goes my mental peace again. How do I stay in the room?
Confidence.
There you go.
Your confidence will keep you there. Your confidence in yourself will keep you there. There's going to be something that's going to say to you, that's going to be like on your shoulder. You know what I mean? Like trying to knock you.
Those two twins, Grace and Mercy, man, they just sit there, and
there's going to be something trying to knock you back.
Man,
you hold your presence. Just remember that you made it in that room. That means you belong there. You're supposed to be there. That's
that self-confidence. That's that motivation. That's that inspiration. That's that. And I know you said that you talked bad to yourself, but that's the book that we need in your words of affirmation in that book. Hey, you can do this. You belong there. You're there with the purpose. Now complete the purpose. Get the purpose, complete the purpose, move on and build from it.
One of my affirmations in my book is, I can have everything that is meant for me in all greatness.
Okay. Another nugget.
I can have everything that is meant for me in all greatness.
In all greatness.
No matter what there
I like
is,
that.
No matter where I am, I can.
I like that.
Period.
I like that. I said a couple of weeks ago, you want to keep those I can people around.
Yes.
Sometimes, a friend of mine called me the other day and I said, I was wondering if you could do something for me. And she said, you know what? I can't do it today, but I can do it tomorrow. Those are those people you want to keep around, because not everybody's going to be able to do everything for you at that point.
Right.
But knowing that you can, and someone that, there you go, those supporters, they can. So that word can is very, very big.
I can, the can people, and I am.
The I am. Wait a minute. I love those I ams.
I am. Say it. If there's a zillion I ams you can say to yourself, say it to yourself. I am motivational.
Yes.
I am powerful.
Yes, ma'am.
I am beautiful.
Yes.
I am. It's speak it to yourself. Throw it out there into the universe. You are.
Even when you're worst of worst. Today I was running to pick up my car, and I had a baseball cap on. I was just chilling, and it's crazy because the response I got from people in that state versus the response I got right now. I'm thinking to myself, I'm beautiful no matter what I put on. I don't care, like, what the baseball game, y'all. Y'all, give me a minute, because I gotta get this face beat. Give me a minute, I gotta get this hair laid. But even in that moment, I felt I was beautiful. I'm worth it.
I am worth it.
Another nugget for the night. I am worth it.
Worth it.
I'm deserving of it.
I am deserving of it.
I am fulfilled with this thing.
I got another one for you.
Give it here.
I am an answer.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I am an answer.
God qualifies what I feel like me to be an answer. People need help.
They do.
We're here to help each other. With everything you're doing, you are an answer.
I like that. I like that.
I am an answer. Thank goodness, and I take it on. It's a responsibility.
It is. Now, the responsibility that comes with I am the answer, and in order for you to be the answer, you have to be well.
You do have to be well, so therefore you've got to take care of yourself.
Got to. Unbothered.
Get rest.
Yeah. So Kia says, because we have a purpose, we will always be someone's answer.
There it is.
No matter if you want to be unbothered or not, once you have that purpose.
And the beautiful thing is in knowing what your purpose is. You know how many people are still walking around older than we are, but they really don't know.
That's why I created this show.
Don't know.
That's why I created this podcast show, Know Your Purpose, because there is not one person that is walking this face of the earth that was not created with a purpose.
Absolutely.
It's not one person.
Absolutely.
Not near one person. Now, finding it, journeying it, and executing it, that's something different. But we're here. We are the answer. And if you don't look for the answer, then you're still going to get left behind.
You're going to be in a hamster wheel running and not going out.
Sorry. This over and over and over again. You ever watch those hamsters?
I'm like, anywhere.
I'm just saying, poor hamster. You just ain't going nowhere. And he didn't use all his energy.
What are you doing?
Babe, what are you doing? Like, and then my son had a little hamster or guinea pig or something, whatever that little thing was. And he was just sitting watching. I'm thinking to myself, where is the joy in this? This little thing was running this ball all day long. But you know what? I can relate to that.
I want to say something. I have never done podcast with you. Anything like that. We haven't had a conversation like this before ever. But can I tell you how very unbothered I do feel right now?
Thank you so much.
I feel very
and this is
belong. Welcomed and like I belong in this space.
This is what we want to do here. Not only here at the Know Your Purpose, but when you were over in the business suites at Brass Mill, you walk in, we want you to feel like you walked in right at home.
Yeah.
And we try to embark that atmosphere on everyone. And you already know I was a project kid. Mm-hmm. I came from a little bit of nothings. And that's what always drove me. But through the years, I started seeing where people needed me.
There it is, the answer.
The answer. And now that things are moving, and I'm grateful. I'm forever grateful. But I'm never going to forget about that person when I looked in the mirror and didn't like her.
No, because that's your growth. you don't forget
Right.
who you came from, where you came from. You remember that person because you don't want to go back.
No, I definitely
being.
don't want to go back to being her, but it's okay. I still tuck her away inside sometimes just to let her know that there is life in this thing.
Absolutely.
There and within life in this thing, once I realized, and I'm telling you what, I didn't know my purpose till I was 38 years old.
I didn't know mine until I was 46. However old I was in 2013.
Oh,
like that.
She don't want to really tell. That's what it is.
However old I was then. That's when I really discovered I am here to motivate, to inspire, and literally to help people to make their own dreams come true. I am equipped to do so. I have been given the opportunity to do so.
Amazing.
And
Amazing
the resources to do so. You know, I'm going to say it like this also. God's child speaking. He's going to give you all of the ingredients.
Yes, he does.
That you need.
Yes, he does.
But
yes, he does.
For you.
Yes, he does.
He'll give you all the ingredients.
He ain't gonna cook for you.
All you had to do is start cooking.
Start cooking.
And it'll all
and all the masterpieces that can come out of just having all the correct ingredients. Now, listen, I can't bake my way out of a paper bag, right? But I can cook.
There you go.
But when I say this to say that it's because I have all the necessary ingredients to get that meal successfully prepared and now out to deliver.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's why know your purpose is so important to me, because no one ever came up to me and said, "Hey, Stacey, what's your purpose?" Like, what? I mean, everybody has. Oh, what did you want to be when you grow up?
Right. But that's the difference.
You know, it's all
huge.
Totally
that's not the same thing.
It totally different. If someone would have told me that I was going to be in this stature today, I probably looked at them and said, "When, where, who is that person?" Because that wasn't for me. Another nugget is know what's for you. Know what's for you. Don't take what someone else says is for you. You have to take that ownership in what your purpose is.
Absolutely.
Because somebody can say, "Well, you know what? I thought you'd be this." Or I thought you would. No, I'm taking ownership in what my purpose is. And my purpose is very similar to yours.
Right.
My purpose is to empower each and every individual that I come across.
I'm going to tell you something that I'm not a fan of. Don't tell me, and it's okay to want to do things with people. That's fine. But don't say to me, "You know what, Nhea? We're just alike." No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
That is such a pet peeve. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Don't compare me like that. It doesn't mean I'm better than. That's not at all what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But I know who I am, and I know that we are all individually different.
There's an I am
again. Don't try to
again.
put me in a category.
That's right.
It's like you're trying to put me in a category. Don't do that.
Right.
That's not for you to do.
Right.
I'm going to do my thing. You know what I mean? And you're going to do your thing. Just don't try to put me in a box.
Yeah, that four-way thing just ain't for me. Even when I'm at a four-way stop, I'm like, "Oh, who's going next?" Because I'm about to go.
Right.
I'm counting 1, 2. Wait a minute. 3, you didn't go, so I'm going. Okay, 3, you didn't move, I'm moving. So I love that. I love that though, because so many people try to group us together. And what's that saying? Birds of a feather flock together. That is one of the most false.
Lies.
It's a lie.
Lies.
It's a lot, because she over there doing what she doing. That ain't mean I'm doing what I'm doing later on tonight.
Right.
You might not want to do what I'm doing later on tonight.
Y'all make the instant.
You might not even want to do what I'm doing tomorrow. But does that make no. Just because tonight we're together, what you're going back to your job tomorrow, I'm going back to my job. But that doesn't mean that we're one and the same. We are all created with our own purpose, and that's what we need to understand. But we're here to empower, uplift, and give growth to what we are doing here as women, even for our men. You know, we need to be strong for our men, because our men have these mental issues just as well. So
Absolutely.
if we're in this relationship and we can't bring, okay, even when our men are defeated, because they do get defeated.
You better believe it.
They do get defeated. I need to be that vessel. You know, and I want to throw this out there tonight to the viewers. Stop putting all that pressure on our men to make sure they 100 all the time.
All the time.
And what you married? What do we get together for? Right. If you can't let me bring 50% to the table,
Listen, ladies.
Let's do this.
There's a responsibility. You have a responsibility also.
Absolutely.
You can't just put everything completely on him.
I think that is such a persona that and we got some of those alpha men who think, I'm a man, I can do this. Fine, that's great. But you chose me to be beside you.
And look, and men, please do not feel like if somewhere you fall short for some reason,
talk about it.
that something's wrong with you.
Ain't nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with you.
It's called life.
Exactly.
Life is worth living.
It's gonna hit every single one.
It's gonna hit every single one.
Period.
Let's talk about this. Why? And this is unbothered, right? Why do you think that us women, I believe in a hug. I believe in hugging. I believe in the intimate touch. I believe in making sure that he's okay. If I'm cold, he might be cold. If I'm hungry, he might be hungry. Why do we have to put that type of that's also adding pressure?
I think that comes from just literally an old school how we were brought up.
It's destroying. It's destroying so many things. I'm one of those people, like, I have a male partner, right? And I'm okay with the 50-50 rule. I'm okay with it.
There's nothing
even in a relationship, I'm okay with the 50-50 rule. I'm okay with sharing my feelings. I'm okay with making sure he's good.
Let me tell you something. My parents have been married for a long time. 46, 47. Maybe 49 years.
Wow.
I might be off a year. But
amazing. 49.
But they will still say that if they have one dime, they each have two nickels. They are 50-50.
Okay, there goes that nugget. One dime, two nickels, one and the same.
They are 50-50.
Because this thing right here, the hustle, that you have for men, women, we also need to know that when your man is hustling, you need to be hustling right along with him. You need to be hustling right along with it. That's that foundation. You need to make sure that he's not going through a fit of depression. And if he is going through that, then you going through that with him.
Exactly.
Stop acting like, he going through it on his own. No. If y'all together, y'all both going through that thing.
I'm gonna bring something else up too.
Please do.
Social media. Stop judging your life based off of someone else's social media life.
Well,
okay. Because there is that social media life. Stop it. Sometimes you have to just unplug from
what the Kardashians are doing. You're not doing
from the Facebooks, from the Instagram.
You're not doing that.
Stop it. Yourself to the social media life.
Stop
it. That has been a huge factor in the mental issues that are going on with people.
Yeah.
Trying to compare yourself
to those other, even to those other relationships, to those other businesses, to that other entrepreneur. Like, just stop and do your thing. Again, you were created with a purpose, your own purpose. So I don't want to go over there and live the Joneses life.
Right. I want to live my life because what God
I don't want to go over there and live over there with the Smiths
me.
over there. I just want to live with what Doc has going on over here for her.
Exactly.
And that's why that piece right here that you talked about unbothered vibrations, but also the hustle for the men and how you want to bring that inspiring piece to them too. And I'm looking forward to you launching more.
Yes.
I want to be a part of the launch. We just maybe 20-30 minutes ago talked about Nhea looking at doing my books. I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah. And now, just so y'all know, I do have a gentleman that I am definitely working with the hustle. I don't know how a man thinks. So yes,
that's good.
That I'm working
with. That's good. And you know what? But the thing about it is you birthed it.
True.
You birthed it. So you birthed it. You were the answer. And now you're bringing a man in to say, hey, let me help you.
I can't ignore it.
Let me help you deliver.
Men go through just the same way women go through it. Men go through it. One last thing I'm going to say about this real quick.
Go ahead.
Ladies, can we please stop being so jealous over another woman?
Well,
catty over another woman because you see her making this move or making that move. I happen to know there are quite a few people that are wishing for my fall right now.
Oh, wait a minute. I woke up in demise. Why?
Why?
You know, I think that's a question that's never going to be answered. It's never going to be answered because it goes on and on and on and on and on and on.
I'll tell you why.
Please help, enlighten us. Enlighten us.
If you're wishing for someone's fall, that means you're insecure in what you're doing.
Okay.
Or you're not even upset about what you're not doing.
You're not putting enough focus on what you should be doing.
Right.
Okay. I like that. I like that. To the viewers, to the ladies, stop being jealous of the other women who are doing. We can all have a piece of this.
To offer.
We can. Look, this nation is ostracized, right? We can all have a piece of the action. We can all have a piece of the pie. We can all be the little red hen. Let's all just jump in and need all at once. Let's need the bread. Let's go pick it. Let's knead it. Let's serve it. But this jealousy thing here, and then the same thing go for you. If your woman's out here and she hustling, I need you to hustle with her, behind her. I need you to say, baby, what do you need me to do for you?
Right.
You even men,
be there with her.
Stop it. Y'all just stop it. Y'all just stop it. If my philosophy with that is if I eat, y'all eat. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because there are men right now whose women are out here. I mean, we out here.
Yeah.
And we out here doing the darn thing. We are literally out here. We are thriving. And then we got to go home to why you been because this is what I do.
Exactly.
Like not hey, let me put your bags away. Let me run you a shower. Let me talk to you. How was your day? So this is just not women being jealous of women. We have husbands and wives that are jealous of one another. We have boyfriends and girlfriends, baby mamas, baby dads. This jealousy thing has to stop. It's destroying families. It's destroying relationships. It's putting us in mental stability places that we should not be. We never should have went through. I'm telling you, Unbothered Vibrations has it all right here. But her big thing is that mental piece. That jealousy thing is a mental piece.
Yes, mental.
And stress is the silent killer to the mental piece.
And the jealousy thing comes from a lack of self-confidence.
You have to have your own build self-confidence. Men, your women, we can't give it to y'all. Okay, we can't give it to y'all. And y'all men, y'all can't give it to us. It's something that we have to do within.
You better work on it. You have to work on it.
You got to. And you got it. And you have to work on this thing.
On purpose.
On purpose. There goes a nugget. On purpose every day. And you know what? As much time as you have to spend with others, spend that time with yourself. I'm big on spending time with myself. I be in there eating candies, talking to myself. I be doing all kinds of things.
You know how much you get accomplished?
Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? So that's the greatest thing about what you're bringing. And I love the fact how you circled back around and said, I'm not the only one out here going through this mental struggle. I'm not the only one going through this phase of depression. A lot of people are going through it, but they're all going through it in a different type of manner.
Right.
If you know your purpose and you know what manner you're going through it in, so if you need that structure and you need that help, get that help.
Ask for it. It's okay.
Ask for it. It's okay. It's okay to say, hey, sister, how you doing today?
Yes.
Brother, how you doing today? How's your mental peace today? People don't walk up and say that stuff, but it needs to be said.
It needs to be said. It needs to become a regular part of everyday conversation. Because people are going through it all day, every day. So it should be an everyday conversation.
It should be an everyday conversation. And if you are in that balanced relationship, check on your husband, check on your spouse, check on your friend, check on your boo thing,
check on your children.
Let's talk about that really quick. Because if you're not well as a mom and a dad, guess who else ain't well?
That child is not.
That child is not well. So check yourself in the morning. When you get up and look in that mirror, check yourself. If you don't have a child, then your dog ain't well. If your car ain't well, if you're not well, nothing is going to be well. Okay? So check yourself in the morning. My social media friends, check yourself in the morning. Look in that mirror and say, are you well today? Before you go wake your child up for school in the morning, make sure you're well. Because we want to send our children, we want to send our loved ones, we want to send everybody out in a well status. Because guess what? When they get to school, there's other people that aren't well. Exactly. So at least allow them, or when you get on your job, and you can't bring a smile and you're not well, that makes a heck of a day for everyone else. We come in brass mill cutting up.
And that's the way
we cut up. Let me say something. We cut up so bad in
be.
brass mill, and before I knew it, what I was feeling in the car, I done forgot all about it, because let me tell you, my kids, sis, my kids, they out of control. They be in there. Before I know it, I just started laughing. Then we got Dr. Coulter in the building. She comes in on fire, ready to make you laugh, ready to have that mental peace for you. Hey, how you doing? From the time I get into brass mill, right? The time I leave, I done chuckled and laughed myself all the way. You saw my kids. My kids are a handful.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
System kids is a handful.
Like I said, when you got yourself surrounded by the right people and the right vibes, oh my Lord.
And these are
you're gonna thrive.
And the thing about it is, these are grown children, right? Mm-hmm. That are still with their mama.
Come on now.
Having a good time.
Come on.
Having a good time. But it gives me the thrive that I need to be unbothered. Because I know for a fact that my legacy and what I'm building is solely for them.
Absolutely.
So when you're sitting in that mirror and you're saying something about yourself, remember that there's someone else looking in that mirror. It's you looking back at yourself.
We're talking about leaving something for your children. When I had I Choose Me, I started a YouTube channel, and he paid attention. My son Nicholas, he paid attention. And then let's fast forward to now, present day, he has a YouTube channel.
Look at that.
And he's like, Mom, I remember when, and he wanted to do so. And he's doing it and he's loving it. And I'm like,
I think my son was just telling you, my dates now, my mother and son dates now are business meetings. He said, Miss Nhea, man, I date my mother, man. I date dates and I play dates and all that. They're business meetings now. So it's a beautiful thing. I think, again, what you're doing is just wonderful. I think more people need to know about it. Tell some people where they can reach you, contact you. I don't know how much social media you're on anymore.
The easiest way at this point be through Instagram, honestly. Unbothered.vibrations.
Unbothered dot
vibrations.
Vibrations. Okay.
Absolutely. Look out for, again, the t-shirt line is going to start up.
Oh yes. I know I'm going to have one thrown over this way.
The store's on the forefront. I cannot wait. This time we are going to incorporate other products, though.
Awesome.
So there's some good things coming.
There's some great things coming.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we stay. If you have not followed this young lady, you need to get on there and follow her right now. If you have not subscribed to her channels or her Instagram or whatever, please do so tonight. If you're having that mental peace, you need to make sure that what you're going through is going to be handled, and then you can become a part of the unbothered nation over here. My son just threw up and said, still love our mom and son dates, even though they turned into meetings. Right. Because I'm teaching you, son, right now that what hard work literally looks like. I want you to reach into your box of unbothered and share this message with someone else. I learned to be unbothered because my mother's unbothered.
And
we're setting the trend right here.
I'm gonna tell you, I had my sister, we had the fortunate experience of having our parents who for at least 12 years of our life, book publishing company. That was the bread and butter.
Okay.
We were that entrepreneurial family. And so we've seen the experiences, we've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right.
And guess what? Nhea still wants to jump in. And I thank goodness I still have both my parents around to continue to teach me and be there to throw out nuggets.
It's to throw out those nuggets, man. It's a blessing. And again, it's hard raising kings. I know you're raising a king. Yes. I raised 2 kings. It's the hardest thing. And then to do it in a right mental peace. When you're not when you're doing it singly and on your own, and we have my sons have enough love for mom and dad. We just tend to do it apart, but we also have to also understand that what we're showing them has to fit in with the purpose that you want to drive them for.
Yes,
we have to show them. My sons know that they could at that time in life they could have stood on my shoulders, but now I need their shoulders to stand on, and hopefully I've built them strong enough to do just that.
I think you are.
And that mental health and that mental peace has to be there.
Have the conversation with your kids. Make sure they
have that conversation. Just like you say, you're going to have that conversation with your spouse, your boyfriend, your boo thing, whatever you want to call him or her, whatever it is. Have that conversation. Check in every now and again on a friend and just see mentally where they are and where you can inspire and where you can help. That's why I know your purpose is so important. If you have not shared the views or the page or whatever, and you just want to know a little bit more about Unbothered Vibrations or know a little bit more about Know Your Purpose, please, by all means, share it with a friend. Share it on your Facebook. Share, like, love, and subscribe to everything. Nhea, it's been a joy to have you. Like I said, we haven't seen each other in such a long time. But it seems like it was just yesterday.
Exactly. We were talking before we came over here.
That's just true friendship.
And you were like, we gotta go.
Yeah, we were late for the show. We should have been over here doing the chit chat, right? But that's I want to say this and then I'll air out. That's what true friendship looks like.
Yeah,
you don't have to see someone in for years and years, and you can, and it picks right back up. Like we both do have that entrepreneurship in us, and don't let this be the last time that you come on the show.
As long as you invite me back.
Absolutely. This is home for you.
I will be back.
My son was trying to talk her into getting a podcast. He was like, Miss Nhea, you need to go and get that podcast, girlfriend. But yes, please let me know how we can help here at Brass Mill or how we can help here with Know Your Purpose. Just in business and helping you. I know it's in a baby infancy stages with your Unbothered, but we want to know more. We want to make sure that we are a beacon of hope and inspiration to you as well.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Listen, I am the answer. I am the answer.
I am an answer.
And I'm saying this right here on social media. I'm throwing it out there. I am that beacon of hope. I am that answer. Whatever you need from us, let us know what we can do. We brought one of the biggest women's conferences here in Harford County, and we're going to be bringing something back, and hopefully we can have you as one of our guest speakers.
I would love to.
I've had 2 or 3 women on the show and said, yeah, I'd love to do that. People need to hear it.
I would love to. So let me know. Keep me informed.
We will keep you informed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Watch it again. Catch those nuggets because those nuggets were super important. But I want to leave you with just this one thought. Know that you were created with a purpose. Walk in it, deliver it, execute it, and know it's yours. Good night.
Good night.
So yeah, that